Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your July 2018 reading. Next door to this reading, what you'll find is your bonus reading for June 2018, and also you've got your love readings as well. Couples and singles, if you're a single, it's time stamped what time your reading starts on those readings below, okay? So let's make a start then. So we're using the Healing with the Angels as your advice card for the month, Virgo, and we're also using the Gilded Tarot for your main reading, okay? So without further ado, let's have a look at what the advice is for the month. Okay, so Universe Spirit, show me, what is the advice for the month that you have for Virgo 2018? What is the advice that you have for Virgo for the month of July 2018? Show me. Alright, so it says you've got spiritual growth coming in this month, okay? So it's lovely. Spiritual growth, it's a very much an important factor of a human being's life, because you can have all the money you want, you can have all of the, you know, the material resources, you can have, you know, all of the friendships that you want, you can have all of the good times that you want, Virgo, but unless you grow spiritually, in other words, unless you grow in terms of your ideas, in terms of how you approach your life, in terms of how you view life, maybe your religion, maybe your ideas, maybe your beliefs, unless you can grow in that, then none of those things are worth it. Spiritual growth is so important for the soul. It's important to grow in terms of idea, in terms of beliefs, that type of thing. Spiritual growth is going to be really important to you this month, guys. What we're going to actually do is get the booklet out on that, because I want some other ideas on how the universe thinks that spiritual growth is going to benefit you guys this month. Let's just have a quick look at the spiritual growth element of this. Okay, so it says, you are going through a time of rapid spiritual growth. Enjoy the process. During this time, you may feel a mixture of many feelings: confusion, excitement, fear, and wonder. You love your renewed connections with the divine, and you wish you could read, study, learn, or meditate on a full-time basis. Simultaneously, though, you may worry about the implications that your spiritual studies will have on the rest of your life. What impact will your new spiritual pursuits have on your job, marriage, or friendships? Exactly. This is the thing with spiritual growth. Once you start growing as an individual, sometimes you end up leaving people behind. But those are usually people that haven't usually been bitten by the spiritual growth bug yet. Usually people are willing to kind of say, well, it's the money that matters, or it's the holidays that we take that matter, or it's the having a good time with friends that matter. But if you are growing out of that, sometimes spiritual growth means that you outgrow a partner or you outgrow certain friendships. So just beware of that. These worries create a fear that you may erode the enjoyment your spiritual studies bring you. Surrender these fears to God, dearest one. Trust that you are supported, loved, and guided each moment. Don't worry about how your future will blend with your spiritual growth. Trust that the same power that brought you to your spiritual path will also take care of everything else for you. After all, this power supports all of your planets in the sky. It will surely support you perfectly too. Lovely. Okay, so you are going through a time of spiritual growth, guys, okay? And don't be scared, don't be afraid of that, because the more that you grow and the more that you find that you are developing your knowledge, your internal knowledge, because spiritual growth is all about what's going on inside rather than outside. Once you start to realise that you're growing in that way, yes, there will, and because spiritual growth is about, you know, leaving behind outdated ideas, outdated beliefs, and starting to form some new ones. And that might mean that, yes, you do have to leave certain people behind because they've just not caught up with you just as yet. But don't worry about that, because it's about you and your own spirituality this month. Let's get to see what's going on with you guys in the month of July 2018. What's going on with Virgo? What's going on with Virgo in the month of July 2018? You said the advice for them is that they're going to have spiritual growth here. This could be a spiritual awakening as well, I think, Virgo. But what's going on with Virgo for the month of July 2018? What's going on with Virgo for the month of July 2018? Show me. 3, okay. Alright, so, you know, the present situation says that you're at, the Two of Wands is all about being at a crossroads. And I do think the focus for the month is going to be that you guys are at a, you know, at a crossroads. Now, that crossroads might be to do with, you know, what your beliefs are, and you know, it might be between new ideas, old ideas. It might be between what you carry on doing in your life right now, or whether you take a new direction. So it looks like you're at a crossroads. What's influencing this? It might be in a relationship, the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is all about relationships. Some of you guys might be in a relationship concerning a relationship here. The reason is because there's been some loss here, the Five of Cups. Alright? The Five of Cups represents loss and disappointment. Now, in the recent past, you guys will have experienced the Four of Wands. Feeling happy. This could be happy and secure and groundedness with family, with friendships. But the most likely outcome for the month will be the Six of Coins. So I think the Six of Coins as the most likely outcome is showing a transaction, and it's showing balance being restored, because I think that you are at a crossroads in terms of, you know, it's saying that the reason that for that crossroads is that some of you guys have faced some form of a loss. But I think that balance will be restored with that Six of Coins. Coming in, you're going to experience Ten of Cups, and this is great happiness, great cheer, great confidence, great joy and contentment within family situation, Ten of Cups. Right now, you guys are the Page of Wands. So I think that you're ready to make some form of an announcement. And I also think that for Virgo, you guys showing as the Page of Wands, you are now ready to venture towards some form of a new spiritual path with that Page of Wands energy showing there. Coming in, what you're going to experience, though, is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords could be a Gemini person. It could be a rapid changer. It could be some form of drama. Hopes would be the Six of Wands. Victory, success. What's the overall outcome? The Magician, taking control of a situation, starting to manifest some form of a new reality as well with that Magician. Let's just have a look at the cards again before we start putting down the clarifiers, Virgo. You guys are shown as being the Page of Wands. You might be delivering some form of a message here. You might be announcing something to a group of people with that Page of Wands. But also it might be, Virgo, that you are now, you know, starting out. You're now at the beginning of perhaps a new journey, a new path. One that involves some form of creativity, one that involves in your intuition, and also wands do represent the Tower of Spirituality. So you might be at the start of a new spiritual path, one in which you're quite inquisitive and quite curious with that Page of Wands. The reason that everything is happening is because I think some of you guys have had some great disappointment with that Five of Cups. You might have lost a relationship, for example. You might have lost a job, for example, with the Five of Cups. But I think it's this loss, in whatever capacity that takes, Virgo, that has encouraged you guys to research, to follow this new spiritual path with the Page of Wands. And that's usually what happens when we have loss in our lives, when we've got a, you know, something that's broken. They often say it's the breakdown that encourages the breakthrough. And I do think a breakdown has sort of brought a breakthrough to you. Now, I think that in the recent past, you guys have experienced a sense of feeling happiness and joy. You might have been, you know, at a party, or you might have been at a wedding, or you might be involved in some form of celebration in the recent past with the Four of Wands. You might have some form of initial success. You might have had some good news. But what's influencing you this month is the Two of Cups. So actually, I don't think this is a challenge. I think that, well, no, I do. I think that what's influencing you this month is a relationship. But the influence of that Two of Cups is why you guys are focusing on, I think this is actually taking a new direction now with that Two of Wands. I think it's something to do with a relationship with the Two of Cups that's now influencing you guys to take some form of a new direction with the Two of Wands. Yes, you do have two paths with the Two of Wands, of course you do, but it doesn't always mean with the Two of Wands that you've kind of got to make a decision between two paths. Sometimes this is a new direction, and the most likely outcome will be the Six of Coins. This is about, I think, you guys receiving. We'll see what it is you're receiving with the next card. Coming in, you guys are going to be feeling contented, spiritually contented, feeling a sense of harmony and balance with that Ten of Cups, perhaps with friendships and family. Influence is coming in on the Knight of Swords. So this could be rapid changes with that Knight of Swords energy showing there. It could be a Gemini person. Sometimes this can show us somebody who's fairly abusive there. We'll have to see what shows up with that card. Or sometimes this can be the card that suggests that you're exiting a particular part of your life. You're leaving. Hers would be Six of Wands. Maybe to have the backing of friends and family over this new path, this new direction that Virgo is taking. The outcome shows the Magician. You hold all the cards in your hand, Virgo. You have all of the resources you need to start this new reality, I think, with this Magician energy. Let's get some clarifiers. Why is Virgo showing as being the Page of Wands in the month of because we've ascertained that that card is about you guys taking, I think, a new spiritual direction. What's this Page of Wands about? Why is Virgo showing as being the Page of Wands in the month of July 2018? Because of the King of Cups. So I think that you guys are, I mean, it could be that you're communicating with the King of Cups here as well. But if I say, it depends on how you read tarot. If you say, well, okay, so this is your position here, Virgo. And if I say that Virgo is the Page of Wands. So if I say that you're ready now to take a new direction in your life, you're ready now to explore some new territory, perhaps take a new spiritual path with the Page of Wands, maybe learn something new, for example, with that Page of Wands. And I'm asking, well, why is this? It's because of a person, this King of Cups. And I'm just going to ask who this King of Cups is. Who is this King of Cups? Who is this King of Cups? I think it's because there's been a very nurturing, he's the Empress. So I think that you guys now are looking at taking a new spiritual journey, a new path with the Page of Wands energy. Because I think that you have a very nurturing, kind individual around you. This King of Cups is very much, very much a supportive figure within the tarot. Very nurturing, very empathic, very understanding. And he's the Empress. So this person here is a very nurturing, very kind, very sincere, very empathic, very genuine, very much a genuine person. And I think that this person has been nurturing you and helping you, Virgo, to find a new path forward. And I think that, yeah, you're showing as being ready to take a new path here with the Page of Wands, because I think there's somebody around you who's quite nurturing and quite kind and quite hopeful and quite, dedicated to helping you to grow in a particular way, especially spiritually. Now, the reason that all of this is happening is because you lost something or someone. What's this Five of Cups about, please? What's this Five of Cups about? It's the Ace of Wands, a new relationship or a new passion. I think that you guys are crying, and I think that you've been upset. I think that you lost. The reason everything is happening is because you lost with the Five of Cups. What is it that you lost? You lost the Ace of Wands. You might have lost somebody that you felt very passionate for. You might have lost a new relationship. You might have not lost a new contract. You might have lost a new job with the Ace of Wands energy. There's something here that didn't even get off the ground. It was something that was new, something that you were really passionate about, but you're disappointed by it because you lost it. Now, in the recent past, also, it might be that you've lost your passion for life as well, because the Ace of Wands doesn't have to be someone or something. It could also be that you've lost your passion. Ace of Wands is passion and enthusiasm. So some of you guys, it might be the root issue is that you've lost your passion, your fire, and your, excitement with the Ace of Wands. I think that you guys have lost your passion and excitement and enthusiasm for the traditional things in life, the Hierophant. So I think that you're no longer excited about having to follow. It could, for some of you guys, it could be a particular religion with that Hierophant. It could be, the tried and tested way of doing things. It might be that you're wanting to do something different. The Hierophant can be about spiritual growth, but it really is about adhering to the rules and regulations, doing things in the way that they've always been done before. And I think that you guys have lost your passion. It could be for your religion, or maybe it's for a belief system that has been incorporated into you all your life. But I think that you want to follow a new direction as a result of that. Because in the recent past, you've experienced the Four of Wands. And what's this Four of Wands about? What's this Four of Wands about? Well, I think that you've been experiencing with the Four of Wands, it could be sort of like a home move for some of you guys. You've got the Four of Wands and death. Death is about a change. But this Four of Wands is happiness. I think that you've been experiencing a great deal of happiness. And that happiness is all about a change that's come into your life with the death energy, a transformation. So I think that you've been experiencing a great deal of happiness and joy in terms of a transformation that's happened in your life. I think that you have experienced, I'm just going to put two cards here, a great deal of happiness, a great deal of stability, I think, that you've been experiencing in your life. And I think it's because some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling, the root issue is that you've lost your passion in a relationship, a marriage, for example, with the Hierophant. Because here, we can see that you guys are feeling really happy, Virgo. You're feeling happy because you've put an end to, it could be a long-term job, could be a long-term relationship with the Ten of Coins energy. What What's challenging you this month is the Two of Cups. And what's this Two of Cups about? This might be an agreement. What's this Two of Cups about? What's this Two of Cups about? Okay, the Five of Coins. So I think what's challenging you this month is, I mean, I could read this maybe as a relationship that's been abandoned, because the Two of Coins and the Five of Coins, or a relationship that lacks with that Five of Coins. Five of Coins is all about lack, and the Two of Cups is all about a relationship or an agreement. For some of you guys, it's an agreement maybe to leave a particular place here. The Five of Coins is all about leaving a building as well. But I think it's a relationship or communication or some form of a relationship that lacks, with the Five of Coins, lacks any depth or lacks any stability, because this is an earth sign. And when you get the Five of Coins, this is something that lacks stability, because it's a lack of money or it's financial instability. It might be what's influencing you this month is that there's been communication, and that communication might have been to do with something to do with financial instability here, for example, within this relationship. I think that you guys are talking to someone, and what's challenging you is that you've had communication about the Five of Coins. Some of you guys, it might be that you have to go it alone as a single parent. You might have been communicating, well, I'm leaving with the children, for example. It might be that you've communicated that you needed some support here from a particular partner, especially if you're feeling upset because you've lost the passion in terms of, you know, a marriage with the Hierophant, or in terms of, you know, being in a traditional situation, or in terms of your beliefs. But it almost feels like you've lost your passion. The root issue why everything is happening is because you lost passion for, you know, a set of beliefs or a marriage. And I think that as a result of that, in the recent past, you guys have been feeling really happy. And this is just to end with the death energy showing here. Just to end a situation, the Ten of Coins. The Ten of Coins is about money or long-term stable situations, just to end maybe a long-term stable situation in which the challenge might be communication to do with, you know, financial instability. So it might be there's something to do with financial instability here that's been happening, and maybe it's a case of needing to put an end to this situation concerning that. Now, this is why you guys will experience the Two of Wands. And what's this Two of Wands about? What's this Two of Wands about? I think that the energy is really you guys being at a crossroads concerning a relationship that you really are very, very close to. Some of you guys be at a crossroads in terms of having to make a choice, because the Lovers is also choice, but it's also a very strong union. So it might be you're in two minds, you're at a crossroads concerning a strong union that you have with someone, but it could also be at a crossroads concerning a decision that you need to make, because the root issue is I think that you guys have lost your passion. I think you've lost your passion either in terms of what you believed in terms of this relationship, or in terms of this marriage maybe, or this union with the Hierophant. And as a result of that, I think that the energy around you in July 2018, Virgo, is that you're at a bit of a crossroads here concerning the relationship with the Lovers, or concerning a choice that you need to make. The most likely outcome will be the Six of Coins, in which I think you're going to be receiving. What's the Six of Coins about? What's the Six of Coins about? Okay, the Eight of Wands. Well, I think the most likely outcome is that you guys with this Six of Coins are going to be receiving. It could be that you're receiving lots of ideas, or lots of different ways in which you can tackle the situation, because the Eight of Wands often references lots of things coming to you all at once, lots of information. Might be you're receiving lots of information with this energy, showing here with the Eight of Wands energy. Those don't make sense with those cards. I think that you're receiving lots of information here. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and see what that information is. What's this information about? What's this information about? That tried to come out before, and I put it back and it's come out again. The Devil. The information is about somebody here. A devil. That devil is somebody who's trying to gain some control. What does the devil want? What does that devil want? They want judgment. So they probably want some form of rebirth. They want a reconciliation. I think this devil Virgo is either a Capricorn person that you're dealing with or a very, very controlling person. But I think that this person, this devil energy, I think that they want some form of a reconciliation here. It's almost like Judgment and the Fool, second time around. They want to go in at it again. I'm getting the impression that this person wants a second chance with you. But I think that you've lost your passion in terms of your beliefs in this person, or in the situation, or in terms of this union. And now you're at a bit of a crossroads in a choice that you need to make. But I think that the most likely outcome, you're going to be receiving lots of messages. Also, those messages, Eight of Wands, can also be love letters. So you know when you get a narcissist that love bombs you, that's like a love bomb. Somebody's throwing all of these feelings at you at once. Oh, I love you, or this, and this. And I get the impression you're going to be receiving lots of information, lots of letters, lots of text, lots of messages from this individual. It will be from a devil. Somebody who wants to control you. Somebody who's very, very tempting. Somebody who's trying to tempt you. And they're trying to tempt you because they want this reconciliation. This second time around with that Judgment and the Fool. But the problem is, Virgo, you've lost your passion in the situation. And you've been happy just to end this long-term situation in the recent past. Your challenge is that the communication that you and this person have had, it's been very poor, I think, with the Five of Pentacles. I think you've had very poor Five of Pentacles communication with this individual, Two of Cups. And that's why you're at a crossroads in this relationship, the lovers. But it would seem to me this person would come back. Because you will be receiving lots of information, lots of messages from this devil saying, I want a reconciliation. I want us to start again with the Fool energy. For some of you guys, it might be with the Page of Wands that you're involved in a new relationship. You're excited for pursuing a new relationship here. With a King of Cups, somebody and an Empress. So this King of Cups and the Empress. A King of Cups who looks at you like... You can see how the King of Cups is looking over at the Empress. Can you see? So I think that some of you guys are actually involved in a new relationship, Page of Wands. You're actually exploring a new relationship with a King of Cups who looks over at you as the Empress. Somebody who wants to nurture you. Somebody who thinks you're beautiful. And that's why, Virgo. And the reason for this is because you're very tired. You've lost the passion for maybe a commitment that you're already in. You've been happy in the recent past just to end a long-term situation with this person. Or cut yourself off from the home, for example, with a Death card, to walk out of the home for some of you guys. Because what's challenging you is that communication has been lost, communication has been distant, or communication is very poor between you and this other individual. And therefore, the energy for the month is that you are going to be at a crossroads, I think, with the Two of Wands, in terms of lovers. So it might be that you're at a crossroads in terms of two people, for example. But the most likely outcome is you guys are going to receive lots of messages. So you're going to be love bombed, I think, from this devil. This person who you initially are looking to walk out on for somebody else. Because this person wants reconciliation and a fresh chance. And what you're going to experience, Virgo, coming in is the Ten of Cups. What's this Ten of Cups about? What's this Ten of Cups about? The Eight of Pentacles. Well, I think that you guys are going to experience happiness. The Ten of Cups. I don't think it's happiness with this devil person. I think it's generally feeling a sense of joy and happiness as you work towards change with the Hanged Man. I think you're working towards changing your perspective, changing things up in the month of July 2018. Coming in is the Knight of Swords. And what's this Knight of Swords about? What's this Knight of Swords about? Right, the arrival of the Page of Cups, arrival of some good news probably coming in. Okay, the good news will be from this King of Cups. Probably the arrival of a gift you'll find coming in as well. Influence is coming in. What you're hoping for is the Six of Wands. This is victory. Because of the Three of Swords. So I think that you're hoping that you're going to overcome with that Six of Wands, probably this very tumultuous, difficult time that you've been experiencing. And the overall outcome shows the Magician. What's this Magician about? Well, I certainly feel by the end of July you're going to be taking control by blocking out this devil energy. I think that this reading is talking about, and this is why your advice is that you've got spiritual growth. I think the spiritual growth is to do with you changing. For some of you guys, what you're saying to yourself, Virgo, is actually, and it looks like it's a relationship reading of some sort to me. I'm sorry, but it just looks that way. Even though you've got love readings up, it really just feels like it's a relationship reading. I think that some of you guys have said, I've had enough. And I think that in that knowing, when something is done, it's gone, it's dusted, you can't change it. I think that when you know that in a relationship, there is spiritual growth there. There's real change. You've outgrown the ideas of this relationship. You're pretty self-aware with this spiritual growth card of what it is that you need to have to sustain you in terms of love and relationships. I think you guys know that. I think you know that there's a person around you in which you can no longer be with because they are no longer beneficial to you in their behaviour, in their actions. You know who they are, you know what they're about, and you know it's not going to sustain you. And I think that some of you guys have met somebody else. Because the external factors, we'll go through this again, are showing you guys as the Page of Wands. Ready to explore something new. Having fun. Feeling happy. Feeling like a child again. Because there is a King of Cups. Could be a water sign. A Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian person. Male or female who looks at you and treats you like you're an empress. They treat you like you're beautiful. They treat you like you're valuable. They treat you like you are just an amazing individual. So I think you've got somebody who treats you like that now. And this is where your spiritual growth comes from. Because you know now how you should be treated by an individual. Because what's starting all of this is that you are tired. But also you've lost the passion to continue, I think, with the Hierophant in a relationship. You've lost the passion with the Ace of Wands in terms of what you believe to be the right path to take when it comes to relationships. Even if those relationships are bad, the Hierophant would say, you know, well, you made a vow, so stick with it. Because this is all about towing the party line. And it's all about adhering to the rules and regulations. So you've lost the passion in terms of your beliefs. But those beliefs are in terms of being in a relationship with a particular person that doesn't make Virgo happy. And as a result of that, you'd be more than happy, Four of Wands, just to end the devil energy, this long-term relationship for some of you guys with the Ten of Coins. Or put an end to developing, maybe with the Ten of Coins, this relationship. Or cut yourself off even from the money side of the relationship, potentially. Because what's influencing you is that communication between you and this person, this other person, is very poor. And as a result of that, I think that you are at a crossroads in terms of this relationship, but also at a crossroads in terms of love. Also for some of you guys, at a crossroads in terms of who you should go with. But the most likely outcome is you guys will receive the Six of Coins. Lots and lots of messages. The Eight of Wands from this very seductive and controlling dude, the devil. Could be a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. Who wants a reconciliation and a fresh start in your relationship. Now coming in, you guys are going to be feeling, in the first 2 weeks of maybe July time, you guys are going to be feeling really happy with the Ten of Cups, a sense of contentment, because you're working towards, I think with this Eight of Cups, changing your perspective of the Hanged Man. Now your perspective would be in this Hierophant. Because some of you guys feel that, some of you guys might be, for example, Catholic, or you might be in a religion that says you've got to stay in a relationship no matter what. Because, you know, it's the way that things have always been. But you'll work towards very hard on changing that perspective in the immediate future. Because what's influencing this is influences coming in are the arrival of a gift. The Page of Cups energy. Or perhaps the arrival of the absolute new relationship between you and this King of Cups individual. Your hopes, I think, would be to tackle head on the difficulties between you and this other person who you seek to leave for some of you Virgos. The overall outcome shows, I think, you taking control with that Magician by blocking this individual out with the Seven of Wands energy, taking control and standing in your power with that Seven of Wands that you are going to move on with the Chariot. You're going to take control. All three cards show people taking control. Magician, Seven of Wands, and the Chariot. All three cards reference the words taking control of situations. So I see you guys taking control of a situation in the month of July 2018 by blocking someone out. You're taking control of your own life again. And that's why the advice is that you guys are going through a very strong spiritual growth, a time of spiritual growth in the month of July 2018. But this spiritual growth is saying that you've grown up, you've matured. The spiritual growth is that you have outgrown old, dated ideas about what you should continue to invest your time in and what you shouldn't. Some of you guys have been brought up in a particular faith where it says no matter what the partner does to you, no matter what happens, you need to stay in that situation. So some of you guys, you'll work through having, overcoming probably guilt, for example, with that. Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, working towards changing your perspective. Because maybe some of this is to do with guilt, But you guys will overcome that, because what you're deciding to do in the month of July is please yourselves. And that's where your spiritual growth comes in. It's all about pleasing yourself, Virgo, which is what you guys are going to do very well. I think it's because there is another person on the scene. I'm seeing two people around you. One person that you no longer want to be with, and the other one that teaches you exactly what it feels like to be loved. And that's where your spiritual growth is starting from. Alright, that is your reading, Virgo, your general reading for the month of July 2018. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys very soon. You've got your other readings up, so check those out, and I'll be back mid-July to talk about the next bonus reading and also your readings for August. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.